You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Oh Lord. Oh, okay, we good. Yo. Good great grand morning to y'all, man. What's good? Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, man. We here in the building, man. What's good? What's good? Hit this roll call, man. We got my boy Mike in the building. Hey, Mike, you got to pull up on the Discord once that WNBA season start again, man. You know what I'm talking about? Got to pull you up to the court, man. Talk about this WNBA, man. I was thinking about, you know, when I first started the channel, I was doing some NBA and WNBA content. I was doing a WNBA content heavy for a little bit. I didn't stop it, just the season ended, you know. I might have to get back to it, man. You know, I had to get you on there, man. Come in there, talk some of this lady ball, you know. But before we get started, let's go ahead and say our prayers. So please join me and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful day, this bright and beautiful Tuesday, Lord. We thank you that we're able to see it. Give us another chapter to turn to, another page in our book. To right our wrongs and correct our missteps, and keep going forth for another day to try. So please, Lord, give us the strength and the perseverance to keep going no matter what we're going through, no matter how low the valley, no matter how wide the valley. Let's look to you for your guidance and ask you for your blessings and your protection and understanding to know how our actions and our words and our thoughts impact not just ourselves but those around us. Also give us a understanding to recognize what we don't know and to seek your guidance first, as opposed to going to our own thoughts and our own feelings, our own pride, or seeking the counsel of others, whether it's friends or other folks, because sometimes we can get misled. So we always seek your word first, and pray and think about what you would want us to do, and listen to that inner voice that reflects your intentions for our lives, Lord. So we ask you for our forgiveness for our missteps. We ask you for strength to keep going, and we ask you for your continued grace. And please give us a spirit of joy and positivity, and a spirit of determination, so we could do what we set out to do, and most importantly, meet our purpose that you have for us. In Jesus' name, amen. I'm on Discord. I just have to jump on one day. I bet. That sounds good, bro. That sounds good. Yeah, I peeped that you was in the Discord, man. Salute. Appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. My boy Oscar in the building. Yes, sir. We got the mods in the building. Appreciate it, man. So today, I'm not gonna lie, man. You know, there wasn't too much to that changed since last night, since the late show. You know, we had a long late show yesterday. Salute to y'all. You know, it was good, man. You know, we had some people join up. We had some good conversations. We could always talk about the Tyson Fury fight. You know, Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury rematch, which is coming up this Saturday. I can't believe this fight's already here. But speaking of Tyson Fury, man, like I said, I've been watching some interviews, and I saw this interview yesterday, and we did not talk about this. But what it was is that, you know, there's been a lot of comebacks, man. A lot of people, you know, this year has been like I don't want to say the comeback year, but it's been a lot of guys, primarily guys, girls too. Nah, not really girls, but guys, been coming back from out of retirement, you know. And a lot of us, you know, like myself, I'm not really fond of it, because guys can get hurt, but it's boxing, right? You could always get hurt, whether you're a young dude or an old dude. So if you're gonna get punched on, you might as well get punched on for a large lump sum, you know. But I do think that it's borderline ridiculous now. But here is Tyson Fury in the middle of being asked about his upcoming fight with Alexander Usyk, and interviewed in regards to his upcoming rematch with Alexander Usyk. They did squeeze in a WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO question. Check it out.
Many things have happened at sea.
His Excellency's also stated that WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO is coming back. What are your thoughts on that, Tyson? No thoughts?
His face says it all. That's how I be feeling too when they be talking about like Mike Tyson coming back, this guy coming back. It's like, okay. But
Talk to the fellow, whatever he wants to do. Good luck.
Okay. Listen, Tyson, I know you're...
I told him he was too old when he was 37 all them years ago. So he's definitely too old now at 49. For sure. Granddad.
Would you...
He said, I told him he was too old years ago when he was 37. 37 is not even old, you know. But he said, and now you're coming back at 48, 49. Of course you're too old. That's 12 years later, you know. So, and that's not even old either, like I said, in life. But in terms of fighting and getting punched on, that's kind of old, man. You know what I'm saying? To be getting punched on and hurt. Now, shout out to Klitschko. But I do agree with Tyson Fury, you know. But if the money's there, the opportunity's there, and you're, you know, we know Klitschko for always looking like a physical specimen. You know what I'm saying? Him and Anthony Joshua are very similar in regards to their physical fitness, you know, and their physique. They were always very cut, ripped, and big, you know, kind of like a character off of if you were gonna make a character for a heavyweight in a movie, you would probably, you know, emulate or model Anthony Joshua, WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO, and some others, you know. But yeah, that's a physique that they have. So it's not a question that he'll be in shape, but still, what about your punch resistance? What about your durability? What about your stamina? That goes down as you get older significantly, you know. And I do believe that Tyson Fury told him when he was 37 that he was getting older. And but you know, it is what it is, because if Klitschko seems like he's hell bent on well, I ain't gonna say hell bent, but he has a goal in mind to surpass George Foreman's record of being 45 and coming to being a champion. You know, he's 48, about to be 49 in March, and he's talking about potentially coming back. And there's been some rumors about who he's coming back against. And, you know, I've heard Lawrence Okoli, before it was Daniel Dubois, which even Frank Warren said, yeah, WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO came across our desk, and we entertained it for about 5 minutes, and then it fell through rather quickly. But yeah, Dubois spoke on it, and they're all willing to fight him. Even in that interview right there, Tyson Fury, they asked him if I would have kept going with the interview, they asked him You know, what does he think about it? He said, would he fight him? He said, yeah, I'll fight him again. He said, if the money's right, it's a business opportunity, I'll fight him again and beat him again. But I just thought that was funny, man. But it's not just Klitschko, though, right? Klitschko wants to come back. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao. It's his birthday. I don't know if his birthday was today or yesterday, but he just turned 46. He wants to come back, talk about fighting Mario Barrios and Gervonta Tank Davis and Conor Benn and Conor McGregor. He wants to come back, and it's just like, man, all these. Oh, we just saw Sugar Shane Mosley on that one card. I can't remember. Was it a Don King? I don't know if it was, no, I don't think it was Don King. I don't remember what card it was. We saw Sugar Shane Mosley come back. We saw dang, somebody else just came back too. An older gentleman, I believe, from like Michigan or something. I can't remember his name right now. Was it Oliver McCall? I think Oliver McCall just came back. So that's what Klitschko talking about coming back. Manny talking about coming back. Oliver McCall just came back. Sugar Shane Mosley just came back. Mike Tyson, 58 years old, just fought Jake Paul. We saw somebody else. Let's talk about coming back too. Nonito Donaire. He's not quite as old, but he's in his 40s. And you know, I mean, it seems like the you know, not just boxers, but it seems like humans are having more longevity. You know, of course, you know, the average age is going up, but you know, I don't know, man. Some of these guys and girls are stretching it, right? We got LeBron out there balling at 40. We have Diana Taurasi out there balling at 40, but that's not a high impact collision sport. You know, it's a physical sport, but it's not as physical as getting punched on as boxing, you know? So I think it's a little different, but you know, we do have champions like Erislandy Lara, who's 41 at 160 pound division middleweight. He's a champion. You know, we have Zhale Zhang, a contender. We're about to see him fight against Ajit Caballel. He's what, 41 or 42. Derek Chisora has a fight against Otto Wallen, right? And he's 40. So we just seen Natasha Jonas beat Ivana Hasbin. She's 40. You know, so we're seeing the fighters get older and stuff like that. But I think there is a limit. And I will say this though: if you're not gonna, if you are gonna defy the age limit, right, then they shouldn't. Why is Vladimir Klitschko versus Daniel Dubois being entertained? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna do it, then let Vladimir Klitschko fight like Zhang or something. And even though Zhang is a big power puncher, his gas tank is limited, you know, and then. You know, that's it, you know. If Klitschko could get past the 4 rounds, then I think it's about even, you know. But even Dylan White, look how Dylan White just looked. Dylan White's not as old as Klitschko. He's not in his 40s. He's like, what, 35, 36. But he looked terrible. I think that I honestly feel like Klitschko would have a good chance against Dylan White, you know, or the Ebenezer Tete guy that's 36, you know, that he fought, which isn't old, but they look bad, you know. But we're talking about putting Klitschko in there with Daniel Dubois is crazy, bro. Manny Pacquiao in there with Mario Barrios is crazy to me, you know. But hey, stylistically, that's a style that Manny Pacquiao would be able to be is Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? That's easy money for him. No disrespect to Mario Barrios, but stylistically speaking, you know, that's a guy that Manny Pacquiao, in theory, and if he's anything close to his younger self, which I don't see why we would think that he's anything close to his younger self, because he hasn't been his younger self years ago. But anyway, you know, stylistically, Mario Barrios is a guy that Manny Pacquiao would dance circles around, you know, and box circles around. But that's not the same Manny Pacquiao. Look at his last fight against Ampo. It's the same thing with Mike Tyson. Like, people expected Mike Tyson to knock out Jake Paul. Bro, 20 years ago, when he fought, what's the guy he just fought? His last fight, Kevin McBride. He fought him 20 years ago, in 2004, and he retired in the 6th round because he was tired. So why would we think that he would gain more stamina 20 years later? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's silly. I think it's goofy, but it is what it is, man. He said, yo, Al Booger in the building. What's good, brethren? Dub says the creator guided first. God bless. I went back to the prayer. Hey, amen. Shout out to my boy Dub, man. Dub in the building. Big member in the building. Yes, sir. Got the purple Thanos glove. You know what I'm saying? Power. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, Oliver McCall. Thank you. Yep. I eventually got to it, but it took a little while. It'd be Abuchi, right? Shout out to Al Booger. Exactly, bro. Bro, they wildin', bro. They wildin'. Money bag must be low. That's what I'm thinking, but at the same time, I don't know if it's just money, Dub. I think it's just a love, you know, because I'm gonna put it in perspective. It's like I kind of sympathize with it because if they've been boxing all their lives, it's kind of hard to hang up something that's what you've been doing. Like they probably have like a void in their life. I get it, because even with engineering, like as much, I'm sure I like engineering because I'm good at it and stuff like that. And it was a passion for me. But sometimes I'd be like, dang, man, let me just go make sure I remember this stuff and brush up on some things. But I wasn't passionate about it. It's something that I was like hell bent on doing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was like, oh yeah, I want to be the best ever engineer. Like some of these boxers and fighters, a lot of them feel like they want to be the best ever. So then when you stop doing it because, like, say you get older, I'm sure there's a void that you want filled. So I have no doubt that it's probably a passion thing and they really want to do it. But sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Like Kenny Rogers, you feel me? You got to Kenny Rogers that shit. You know what I'm talking about? You got to know when to hold them. Hey, know when to fold them. All right, anyway, but so like you gotta leave it alone, bro, because you could get hurt. Like if I'm me studying engineering or going back and doing some stuff with engineering or even getting a job with engineering, something like that, my health ain't in danger. You know, but nor am I gonna get to $1 million either. But you're right that our first thought is that, oh man, maybe the bag, maybe their money is getting low. That's the first thought, and that's definitely a reasonable thought. But I also think it is reasonable that guys like Nonito Donaire and Sugar Shane Mosley just want to fight. But at the same time, man, you better go in sparring. You know what I'm saying? Go in you know where they have those retirement home bingo leagues? Go get you, maybe start an old man boxing league where y'all can spar on your lunch break or something like that, man. Don't hop in there with no young bulls like Daniel Dubois. It's crazy, bro. My boy Tech Dumb Dad in the building. He said that's why Klitschko needs to stay his ass on the couch, damn near 50 with a joke. Yeah, exactly. You feel me? Yo, we got Smoochie in the building. What exactly is engineering? you better Google it. You know, I can't explain that to you, Smoochie. You better you don't know what engineering is? Lock in. Now there's different types of engineers, right? There's mechanical engineer, civil engineer, chemical engineer, industrial engineer, a computer engineer, electrical engineer. I can't explain all of them to you, and that's a whole day. They literally have classes on there breaking down the different types of engineering. But engineering at its core is a problem solver at the highest level. You know what I'm talking about? So engineering is anything, any company that you have, a company that you work for, a company that you aspire to work for, the company that you're building. Engineering is at the foundation of it. That's why Klitschko these days, that's on the couch. Yeah, facts. He said they just need 40 and up divisions. These seniors are going to assist on fighting. Yeah, I think these dinosaurs are still trying to fight. I think it's ridiculous too. Hey, yo. Dick Justice is crazy. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Dick Justice. Oh, what's good, brother?
No, did it?
Yeah, that's crazy. Dick Justice is wild. But what's good? Dick Justice says, it's sad to see legends fighting at their old age. I agree. I think it's sad too, you know, because like I said, for me, it's like when you see these legends lose to fighters that you don't think that they would lose to under normal circumstances or circumstances in which they were physically fit or able or at the proper age, you know, we wouldn't think that they would lose. You know what I'm saying? Like look at Manny Pacquiao. As much as I think that he beat Jeff Horn, it was still a close fight. And, you know, if it was really Manny Pacquiao against Jeff Horn or your Dennis Ugas, you don't think that he loses those fights. Does anybody think he loses those fights? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even you don't even have to go that far back with Manny Pacquiao. Mike Tyson lose to a guy like Jake Paul, Deontay Wilder. No disrespect to Joseph Parker, but that was a Deontay Wilder in there. You know what I'm saying? And he's only 39. He's still in his 30s. So, like, when I don't like seeing these fighters pass the price. Even Nonito Donaire, just this past weekend, Nonito Donaire motioned at the WBA convention. Was it WBA or WBC? One of the conventions, that he wants to be elevated through the ranks as a mandatory. It's like, bro, come on, man. We got Tech Dumb Dad in the building. Says salute Doc and chat. Can't wait for this weekend. Amen, bro. This rematch is gonna be crazy. Shout out to Tech Dumb Dad for re-ing up with the big membership, man. I appreciate that, bro. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
That should go towards like the goal though. That's weird. I mean, I guess not, but yeah, what exactly is? Oh, I read that already. But if you ask me more specifically, like which the differences between two, I could explain it. But that'd be all string, Smoochie, for me to explain. I don't want to see fighters that I watch be mediocre or worse in the ring. Tarnishes the legacy. I agree. In my opinion, I have the same opinion. Mike Tyson, Holyfield, Pacquiao, Vladimir should enjoy their time. I agree. Like we saw Holyfield come out against who did Holyfield fight? I don't remember, the MMA fighter, and got stopped like in like 1 round, right? That was crazy, bro. 45 on stairs. Let's go. Shout out to Smoochie being fit, man. One time for the fit ladies out there. Manny might be running for president of the Philippines. Why would he come back and retire, man? I don't know. You can't ask me, bro. You got to ask Manny Pacquiao. That's a question that he has to answer, bro. What's up, Tran? Tran in the building. That's not a question for me to answer, bro. I'm not Manny Pacquiao, you know. I don't know why he would. Like I said, I mean, I would imagine that, you know, that void, he just needs a void to be filled. I will say this too, you know, like I said, I use myself as an example because obviously I could directly relate to myself. You know, I like to give examples of my own experience. You know, I picked up boxing once I got to college. The reason why I did that is because when I was in high school, I was always active, you know what I'm saying? All throughout school, I played sports. I played basketball, ran track. You know, I was on the debate team. Mock trial, the band, all that stuff. So I always had like an outlet. When I got to college, I went on an academic scholarship. So I needed a physical outlet. You know, it wasn't enough just for me to work out and stuff like that. I wanted to do something that was competitive and got my gears going. So I joined a local boxing gym because my university didn't have a established boxing team. Like they had one that they were playing around with, but they only met once a week. That wouldn't suffice for me. So I found a local boxing gym, and it just happened to be the same boxing gym. I'm from Tallahassee. I mean, well, I went to school in Tallahassee. It just happened to be the same boxing gym that Tavares Thunder Cloud fought at, you know, Tiger Boxing Gym, you know, because he's from Tallahassee. And so I was in there and stuff like that, and that was filling the void. So my point is that, you know, granted I was a young man, younger, but I'm just giving it making a correlation that these fighters, regardless of being older, they probably have a void. So let's say Manny Pacquiao and Klitschko. Klitschko's a politician too, right? Especially Vitaly, and he going through some things too. You know, Vitaly Klitschko got some allegations out there with like sex trafficking and all something. No bueno. You know what I'm saying? He out there looking crazy. Yeah. So, but anyway, but they're politicians too, you know, but that doesn't mean that they don't have that physical void that they wanna, that they need to fill. Like, remember when Shannon Briggs pulled up on Vladimir Klitschko and he was like, remember he was doing the Let's Go chip and he was and Klitschko was rowing, and so it just goes to show you that he likes to be physically fit, you know, and something that you've been doing all your life, man, probably leaves a void. So I can't knock him for that, but you look wild because you could get your head cracked. You know, yo, Mansa Musa in the building. What's good, brethren? He said Manny's son might be turning pro. Yeah, I heard Manny's son and his other son. Okay, now, you know, he got 2 sons. one legitimate and one quote unquote illegitimate, which I don't believe in illegitimate kids, but you know what I'm saying, like illegitimate meaning that it was not in the confines of his marriage. The first pro athlete president is dope, but I don't know anything about this political stance. The first pro athlete president is dope, but I don't know anything about his political stance. Oh, you talking about Manny Pacquiao? Or you talking about somebody else, Smoochie? Shannon Briggs is crazy. I love that dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I like Shannon Briggs tech, but nah, Shannon Briggs is disrespectful, bro. I wanted Klitschko to knock him out. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It was funny, but it was disrespectful, bro. Like, nah, bro. I'm about to, just in case. I don't know how much some of y'all are aware of it. Obviously, Tech is. I know Dub is, but I want y'all to see, bro. That's harassment, bro. Nah, that's it's not even borderline harassment, bro. He was harassing Klitschko, bro. Like, nah, I want Klitschko to knock him the hell out, bro. Oh, you are talking about Pacquiao? Yeah. I don't know Pacquiao's political stances either, but yeah, some people don't really like his stances on some social issues, you know, particularly. Yeah, I mean, you can look it up yourself and stuff like that, but I don't want to get too controversial and stuff because I don't know. Sometimes I don't be knowing what I can say and what I can't say. But yeah, like he has some controversial stuff that he has according to the times, you know, but I mean, hey, I'm not saying he's right or wrong, you know. I'm not going to say what I agree with or I don't agree with, but yeah, you can look it up. Shannon's trash talk is crazy. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, he's super conservative, right? Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
When I cut my foot. Was that funny?
Bro, look this man, bro. That's Vladimir Klitschko right there. He's just rowing or whatever you want to wakeboarding, whatever that is. He minded his business, man. Shannon Briggs pulled up on him on a boat, bro. This man's doing his thing, and this man pulled up on him on a boat, bro. That's harassment, bro. Look at this, bro. Why you messing with this man, bro? And watch what he does. You laugh. Bro, he knocks him on the water, bro. And then he starts laughing, bro. Bro, tell me that's not an evil, malicious, menacing laugh, bro. Listen to him laugh. Bro, nah, bro, nah, that's harassment, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was rooting for Klitschko. I was hoping they fought and Klitschko knock his block off, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but that's one thing I was like, I thought it was funny, but I'm a very empathetic person, man. So like, I put myself in other people's shoes. Like, I'll laugh at stuff like that, but at the same time, I also recognize, like, dang, if that was me, bro, I'd be pissed, bro. Like, the man was just rowing. He pulled up on him on a boat, bro. You know how crazy that is, bro? I don't even know what country they were in. It definitely wasn't New York. I mean, I don't think it was New York where Shannon Briggs is from. I'm assuming that Shannon Briggs was traveled, which is well documented that he's traveled to mess with him during his other fights, during Vladimir Klitschko's press conference. There's one where he pulled up on Vladimir Klitschko in a restaurant, bro. In a restaurant while he's eating, bro. And then that's a whole little thing where they pour the water on him. I thought that was funny. Shannon Briggs got so mad he almost fell, or he did fall. But yeah, he pulled up on him in the gym, in the restaurants, while he's rowing. Like, come on, bro. Nah, bro. I was hoping Klitschko knock his block off, bro. That's straight up, Smoochie. That's definitely bullying. That's what I tell people all the time. Just because you're a bully don't mean you're going to win the fight. It just means that you're a terrible bully. So, yeah, that's definitely bullying. I think Klitschko would win the fight. But his actions, those are actions of a bully. You know, whether you win or lose, it's up to you. Every bully doesn't win the fight, you know. But that's definitely bullying, bro. Like, I think it was funny, but if I'm Klitschko, man, shout out to Klitschko, man. Hey, if I had a twin brother, oh, we would have jumped him. Or not twin brother, but if I had a brother that also, man, we would have jumped him just for fun. It beat the hell out of Shannon Briggs. That joke was funny, though. I ain't gonna lie. It was funny, but his son's name is MANNY Pacquiao. Really? Are you joking or for real? I don't know. I don't know their names. Joe said, come on, man. You know he rented the boat. Just to do it, bro. Like, nah, bro. I was hoping that. I think it's funny, though. Let's Go Champ is funny. But nah, Klitschko should have knocked his head off. Flew in, rented the boat just to pull up on him and knock him in the water. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. That's too funny, bro. Vitaly will challenge Zelensky, bro. That is too funny, man. The man knocked him in the boat, Smoochie. And it's longer than that. I just showed you the clip where he knocked him in the water. Go watch the whole thing. He's circling around this man like a shark. Well, the man is rowing. Like, it goes on for like 2 minutes. Like, it's not a short thing. It's maybe like a 2-3 minute video. I just showed you the 20-second part where he knocks him in the water. Nah, bro. He's like circles around him, and then you know it's crazy because they cut it on video. He's like, no, circle around again, make the because. So it was like it was his idea to circle, because first he was just, like I said, circling around him, and then they said, oh no, let's go back, let's go circle around him and make a wake and drop him in the water. So they planned that, bro. That wasn't no accidental knocking in the water, bro. That was crazy, dog. But yeah, man. So I just think with Vladimir Klitschko, man, I don't like it, because like I said, I've been hearing about him returning and fighting Daniel Dubois, Dynamite Dubois, which I think will be terrible. And then I've also heard Lawrence Okoli. Lawrence Okoli was he just fought. I don't remember who he just fought, but he just had to come back fight in his debut at heavyweight, and he looked good. But I mean, he looked good against who? You know, I do think that if he's gonna fight somebody, it'll be Lawrence Okoli, you know what I'm saying, the Nigerian-born British man. Shout out to Lawrence Okoli. You know, that's not a bad fight. You know, Lawrence Okoli, he doesn't seem like he really wants to fight anybody for real anyway. I mean, he's been calling out Deontay Wilder. He called out, who else? Now he's talking about fighting Klitschko, hear his name. So I don't know who he really wants to fight at heavyweight, but I don't think he seriously wants to I don't know how serious he is about his bid at heavyweight because he's calling out older guys or guys that are showing themselves. My personal opinion, I think anybody calling out Deontay Wilder right now that never called him out before, I think you're. This is what I think about them, to be honest. If you're calling out Deontay Wilder right now and you never called him out before, this is my opinion on you.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
That's how I think, because I mean, you know damn well Lawrence Okolie wasn't trying to fight Deontay Wilder before, so you know, or anybody else, you know. So you calling him out now, it means nothing. But I will say this though, Vladimir Klitschko could fight Deontay Wilder. You know, I mean, I think that'd be a good fight the way Deontay Wilder's been looking. So I can see that, even though it's still dangerous. Of course, it's heavyweight division, but yeah, I think Vladimir Klitschko fighting any true contender or champion right now. I think that's just silly, man. I think Dubois stops him, Zhang stops him, Caballero stops him. Oh, don't even talk about Bacoli. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense, man. I flew it in like a flew it in and flew it out. Oh my goodness, man. But yeah, so I Manny Pacquiao, talk about coming back. You know, of course I'm gonna watch it. It's Manny Pacquiao. He's one of my favorite fighters. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I don't want that to happen, man. I don't want that to happen. Like that's why Floyd is a beast, man. Because like I know not everybody don't like Floyd, but I think that's why he's a GOAT to me. It's just even him fighting past into his age where he's far past his prime, he should retire. He's not fighting. He's not coming back trying to fight Jerome Boots Ennis or Terrence Crawford, or he's not coming back to try to fight freaking Bakram Murtazaliev. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting exhibitions. Now, if Klitschko wants to fight an exhibition, then yeah, I'll be all for it. But you coming back and fighting freaking, nah, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. He said, Boatsy. What about Joshua Boatsy? Klitschko can't fight Boatsy, bro. Boatsy's a light heavyweight, bro. What are you talking about? He could probably beat Joshua Boatsy. Klitschko's a heavyweight. Joshua Boatsy's a light heavyweight. I'm not sure. Well, unless you're saying Joshua Boatsy for something else, I'm not sure what you talking about. But yeah, Joshua Boatsy is he's fighting Callum Smith at light heavyweight. That's not a, or maybe you met somebody else. But yeah, man. So yeah, I just people are mad Floyd left on a high point and didn't have to blemish his record to know when it was time to call it quits. Facts, Smoochie. Facts.
Yeah.
That's a fact. People are mad at Floyd left on a high point,
Yeah.
and didn't have to blemish his record,
Yeah.
to know when to call it quits.
Yeah.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I think that's right. You know, and even if you have that void that you want to fill, like Floyd does, and you just want to make extra money or make more money, or you're a little short on money, do an exhibition, bro. Fight. I ain't gonna say Jake Paul, but you know what I'm saying? Fight a YouTuber like Floyd did. You know, Floyd fought. Didn't he fight? Logan Paul. Fight a celebrity or something like that, man. Like whether it's social media celebrity or a celebrity that's a thespian, you know, or a former basketball player or something like that. Do that. But you talking about coming back and fighting Daniel Dubois, and that's why I like Big Turk. You know, Big Turk to me, man, he definitely deserves the Man of the Year of boxing that he received from the WBC. I rock with Big Turk, and his inclusion in boxing has been nothing but great for me. But that's where you can see the fan in Big Turk, right? Big Turk is the guy that's pushing for Klitschko to come back, you know, and fulfill his dream to make a comeback, and that's dope. But at the same time, you know, I think when people act like Big Turk or anybody else has these evil plans to carry out to conquer boxing and turn it into world domination, so I think you're kind of silly. If you look at Turk, he just seems like a guy that's a fan of the sport and has money. You know what I'm saying? For whatever, whether I know it's not his money directly, but whatever, you know, he's still part of that PIL fund or whatever it is, you know, the Saudi Arabians and their entertainment district, you know, so they got a lot of money to play with. And, you know, he makes matchups that sometimes make a lot of sense that we all want to see, you know, like Beterbiev and Bivol, but then sometimes he'll go off the wall and say matchups that don't really make sense, like Klitschko versus Dubois. Are you crazy? or even like what's the other wild matchup that he wanted? He wanted who did he say he wanted the winner Beterbiev and Bivol to immediately go fight Jao Pataya. It's like, yeah, I'm not mad at that fight. That's not completely out of the realms of possibility. That's not ridiculous, but it's like, why do we want Jao Pataya to fight the undisputed winner at light heavyweight when Jao Pataya is not even unified at cruiserweight? Let him unify first. There's a whole bunch of fights in his division that he could fight that to me should take priority and are just as exciting as him fighting Beterbiev and Bivol winner, the winner of the undisputed for the division below. Now, I mean, of course, like I said, I think it's a good match especially because Beterbiev fought Usyk, who was at cruiserweight. You know, he fought Usyk in the amateurs. Not saying he can't get up there, but there's a whole lot of other fights, you know, that before we jump to, oh yeah, this guy fights a dream fight between the undisputed champions. Like, it just never ceases to amaze me. Like, when we have great fighters, we don't like to give them their credit. But when we have fighters that haven't really earned or deserved their stature, it's like we give them too much credit. Like, shout out to Jai Pataya. I think Jai Pataya is the best at cruiserweight, but he hasn't proved that. He just got his IBF title back not too long ago, and he's only a 1 belt holder. You know what I'm saying? What about him outside of the eye test makes us think that he's more dominant than Badu Jack? Badu Jack has 1 belt too. He has a WBC. Jai Pataya has an IBF. Zerto has a WBA and the WBO. He has 2 belts. You know what I'm saying? But so you know, we do that all over the place. You know, even at the smaller weights, like we say, oh, now anyway, the only fight that's good for him is Junto Nakatani. Junto Nakatani has 3 other champions that are undefeated in his division at 118: Ryosuke Nishida, Yoshiki Takei, and Seiya Susumi. And that's not even including Junto Nakatani also being an undefeated champion. So there's 4 undefeated champions that all have 1 belt in his division. So don't we want to see somebody unify first before we talk about them fighting a guy outside of their division? Same with Bam Rodriguez. Bam Rodriguez is not unified either. You know, there's Fumaledi Cafu and Fernando Puma Martinez down there, who has a fight coming up against Kazuta Ioka on the 31st. I'm excited for that fight. Jai Pataya is on the Aussie watch list. Yeah, you got to be careful, because shout out to our Australian brethren and sister, but they haven't been on the best of streaks lately. But you know, Liam Parr losing is not that bad to Richard Hitchens. I thought that was a good fight going in, and he just had that upset against Subra Matias, which is a big win. Of course, Kambosos got stopped by Lomachenko in the 11th round or whatever round, 10th round or 11th round, I think. So yeah, they haven't been looking good. You're right about that. And then Tim Tszyu got slaughtered by Bakram Murtazali. So yeah, Aussie, our brethren and sistren from down under, not looking too good. But you know, Sky Nicholson's still holding it down, and Jai Pataya, you know, he has that fight against Hussein Sankara that just got called off because Hussein Sankara suffered an ankle injury. He'll be I'm looking forward to who his replacement will be, because they said they're saving the date for January 8th. They're just gonna find a replacement. It's looking like it's gonna be David Nyaka, or how you pronounce it, Nyika. He's undefeated fighter. If he does fight Jai Pataya, that'll be a major step up, because this will be a super. He hasn't really fought anybody like that. But that'll be a major step up. He said he is like if Richie Rich was a boxing fan, got a bottomless wallet and willing to spend it on his favorite sport. I'm not mad about it at all. So yeah, exactly. I'm not mad about it. I don't even know why people are mad about it. But you know, when it's like people want something, then when they get it, then they complain. You know, it's just nature of people. You know, there's those sayings and stuff like that where like people that there's like doers, there's watchers, and there's people that are critiquers. You know, people that just critique all day and they just talk about what people are doing. You know. It's like you can want it all day. Then when someone emerges to fulfill what you want, then you have a problem with it. Like, I don't see the problem with Big Turk at all. Aussies had to have a tough year for sure. Yep. Kambosos ain't won a round. Shout out to Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes just won a fight. Maxie Hughes just beat Gary Cully. In a dominant performance too, but yeah, and some people say he lost to Maxie Hughes. Some people say that Maxie Hughes was robbed against Kambosos, right? So yeah, you're right. Kambosos has won like 7 rounds since the Teal fight, still getting big fights, whack shit. Yeah, and he's about to get another big fight because he just signed with Matchroom, and his next fight is going to be his debut at 140 pounds. Don't be surprised, like I said, don't be surprised if we see Hitchens versus Kambosos. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm not mad at it though. For first defense, you know, Hitchens getting a big payday, that'd be good for him, you know, and it won't be too difficult of a fight, I'd imagine, you know, but you know, I like Kambosos, but I do agree, like, yeah, he's been looking very shaky, baby, and Yeah, he arguably lost against Maxie Hughes. He hasn't really been winning rounds since his Tio fight. He's been riding the heck out of that Tio wave, you know, that he's been on ever since he beat Teofimo. So shout out to Kambosos. He's definitely maximizing his dollar or his earning potential, all off of one win that happened how many years ago? So yeah, Bam's handlers are looking for inactive fighters. Yeah, you just coming in saying random stuff. He said, but yeah, Kambosos, yeah, I don't this man trash just be saying random stuff. No, but yeah, I think that but yeah, I think that Kambosos will get the Hitchens fight, especially if Hitchens doesn't fight Teofimo. If Hitchens doesn't fight Teofimo, which I don't think he'll get the Teofimo fight, I do think that Kambosos will be next. But yeah, I agree. Bam Rodriguez, yeah, they are looking for like guys like Chocolatito and older legends. You're right, Tran. I agree with that. Cully is done mentally. That wicked KO he suffered made him gun shy. Yep, and scared to get hit. Yep, I agree. I agree with that. I agree. But yeah, I think that I do think that Jabatai has to be careful, but he is their saving grace right now, you know, as a country, you know, as a nation. He's holding it down. Him and Sky Nicholson are doing very good for their home country. So, you know, we'll see how long it lasts. But yeah, Australian boxing, even Liam Wilson just got stopped by Oscar Valdez before Oscar Valdez fought Navarrete, right? Yeah, that was the fight. Yeah, for him to get the interim belt, he fought Liam Wilson, and he stopped him. So, Oscar Valdez stopped Liam Wilson. So yeah, it's not looking too good for them, to be honest, man. To be honest, but hey, it's all good, man. I'm hoping that I do hope that Jabatai wins his next fight, but he'll still have to satisfy his mandatory, right? Because even if he does fight the David Yika or somebody else that's in the IBF rankings and he saves a date, I'm assuming, I don't know, but I would assume that he would still have to fight his mandatory afterwards, similar to Jerron Boots Ennis, right? Because they're both in the IBF. So the reason why I think that he'll still have to satisfy his mandatory next, even if he saves his date and fights somebody else, is because look what happened to Jerron Boots Ennis, right? Jerron Boots Ennis was called to fight his mandatory in Cody Crowley. Cody Crowley was hurt, and that fight got called off, and he fought a late replace. He saved the date, him and Eddie Hearn, and he fought David Avanesian on late notice. He beat David Avanesian, and what happened? His very next fight, he was called to fight his mandatory and Cody Crowley again. The only reason why he didn't fight Cody Crowley is because Cody Crowley claimed that his eye wasn't fully recovered still, so he pulled out the fight, and then he got dropped in the rankings. Insert Karen Chukazan. That's how Karen Chukazan got that's how he rose back to #1 in the IBF, because Cody Crowley was demoted out of the rankings entirely because he didn't want to fight Jerron Boots Ennis for the second time. So basically, and then what happened? The IBF still called Jerron Boots Ennis to fight his mandatory. That's how he got Boots versus Chukadzian too. You know, a lot of people skip all that when they talk about, oh, why they're so mad that Boots fought Karen Chukadzian. He didn't want to. It was the IBF ordered it for him to retain his belt. He had to fight Karen, and that's how Karen rose through the ranks back to #1, because Cody Crowley didn't want to fight Boots because of injury at first, and the second time, I'm not sure if that was legitimately him needing to recover or he just didn't want to fight Boots. I think it was more so the latter, but I don't know. But anyway, so he still had to satisfy his mandatory, even though he fought a replacement, you know, to save his date. So I'm thinking that the same thing will happen with Jabatai. Jabatai, even though Hussein Sankara is hurt with his ankle, the fact that they're saving the date and staying active is a good thing, because I like seeing fighters be active, whether it's Boots or Jabatai or whoever else. So I like fighters staying active, but it's not going to satisfy his mandatory, I don't think. So it seems like even if he wins in January 8th, he'll still have to satisfy his mandatory Hussein Sankara once he recovers. And if he does that, that'd probably be like in the summer. So that means a potential unification with him and Zerto, or him and Badu Jack, or you know, him and somebody else at cruiserweight. It seems like that'd be pushed back further. So that's unfortunate, because I want to see a unification, another unification, because we saw one unification with Zerto and CBS not too long ago. I want to see another unification. I think Jabatai could potentially get undisputed, but I also think Zerto could get undisputed. So I look forward to those fights. He been getting killed like a Spartan lately. Yeah, he needs to unify before that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think he needs to move up either. I don't think he needs to move up to heavyweight. There's nothing about Jabatai, in my personal opinion, Tran. I mean, some people are saying that he should go up to heavyweight though, but I disagree. There's nothing about Jabatai that convinces me that he'll do good at heavyweight. Like I said, that's why we do We have a natural procedure of things, right? Natural progression of things. You don't just get crowned the dominant fighter in your division without dominating anybody. Same with Boots, you know. I think Boots is the best at 147, but I think Stanionis will have something to say about that. I think Brian Norman Jr. has something to say about that. I think Mario Barrios has something to say about that. They would object because it's like certain fighters we like to crown as the best in their division, and they didn't do anything to earn that title, you know. So yeah, I don't know about that one. And same with what's the name too. What's the other dude? Bam Rodriguez. You know, I think Bam Rodriguez is the best at 115, but I think Fernando Puma Martinez will have something to say about that. I think Fuma Lady Cafu would have something to say about that. As much as I like Junto Nakatani, I think Junto Nakatani beats Naya anyway. But I think that it's important for him to unify at 118 because I think he's the best at 118. But those other three champions that I mentioned earlier, Noshida, Takei, and Susumi, I'm sure that they would have something to say about that. You know, yeah, smack that like button for me, man. Shout out to Mike. I appreciate it, bro. So, yeah, man. Yeah, please smack that like button for your boy. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. So, yeah, I think that I don't get why people say, like, things like Ja Pataya should go up to heavyweight. He said Ja is from NZ, like New Zealand. No, he's not. He's from Australia. You know what? Hey, shout out to Tran, bro. Because Tran, I wrote in one of my things to stop responding to comments as much. Because the other day I was talking about Lawrence Okoli and Teddy Bruschi. Teddy Bruckshot come here and say, oh, yeah, he's not from Nigeria. He's from, what did he say? Ghana or something like that. No, he's not. He's from Nigeria. And I look it up, and he's from Nigeria. You know, let me show you. So it's like people would just come in and just say, and it's crazy too. They'll come in and correct you incorrectly. Like, no, he's not, bro. He like Lawrence Okoli is Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? Look, Lawrence Okoli, you know, he was born in Hackney, London, to Nigerian parents. It's like, bro, don't tell me what you think. Tell me what you know. So let's look. He said Ja Pataya is from New Zealand. Let's see if he's right. Ja Pataya, born Sydney, Australia. Where the hell did you get New Zealand from is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Nationality, boxer rec, Australia. Where'd you get New Zealand from? Joseph Parker's from New Zealand. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to you though, bro. You're making me I gotta get better at just not even addressing nonsense. Cause like, why would you correct somebody incorrectly? If you don't, it's okay not to know. But when you try to like, what? We've been talking about Ja Pataya representing Australia. You come in, oh, Ja Pataya's from New Zealand. No, the fuck he's not. Where are you from? But yeah, that he's also the one mixing it up at 135. He been getting killed like a sparring. Yeah, I will give him that. I will give him that though. Kambosos is definitely ready to fight, and I got to give him that. He's definitely a warrior. But at the same time, I don't know who he beats at 140. Who does he beat at 140? Who does he beat at 135? As far as like big contenders, I think Kambosos definitely has gatekeeper potential, you know, and he's a former champion, so you got to give him some love and got to give him some what's the word I'm looking for? You got to give him the benefit of the doubt as having a good chance of winning because he has shown a championship pedigree. But at 140, that's tough, man. Who does he like? I don't even think he beats his countryman Liam Paro. I only have to go out of Australia to find an L for Kambosos, from what I think. But we don't fight. They don't fight in our minds. They fight in the ring. So just because I think Paro beats Kambosos, what I definitely think he does, that doesn't mean he will. You know, you never know, because a lot of people thought Teofimo was going to beat Kambosos, and we know how that story ended. But yeah, I don't think, even in a rematch, so he's been calling for a rematch with Teo at 140. I don't think he beats Teo again. But he could, you know, because Teo's been looking shitty, right? But does anybody think he beats Jose Rayo Valenzuela? I don't think so. Anybody thinks he beats Liam Paro? I don't think so. Or, sorry, Richard Hitchens, who's a champion now. Does anybody think he beats Teofimo? Maybe, because he beat him before. You got to give him a chance. Does anybody think he beats Alberto Puello? So I would say no. But I do think that it's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight for Richard Hitchens at 140, you know. Brain dead. Super brain dead, Smoochie. Super brain dead. I was gonna say, that's the thing about YouTube and the internet, right? It's so easy to type stuff. You can just type whatever, and with no accountability, because you only have your face. You know, I'm not talking about Tran. I'm just talking about people in general. So that's why you got to be careful with what you listen to, because people will speak and type and talk with conviction and passion, but that doesn't make them correct. You know, and people would get mad about it and throw tantrums and yell, like some people. You know, that used to come to the stream, and they'll talk so convincingly and passionate and throw tantrums and be emotional and be wrong as hell, all because you're lazy. Just look up what you're saying before you say it, and if you're not sure, then shut the hell up. That's just how it goes, man. You know, it's okay to be dumb, but you should be dumb and quiet. If you're talking about a topic that you don't know about, just be quiet about it. You know, what are you trying to prove to people? You know, and then they get mad at you when they demonstrate actions reflecting that of idiocy, and you call them an idiot. Bitch, you an idiot. Stop being dumb. That's not my fault. That's your fault. You grown. If you type like a dummy, you talk like a dummy, you act like a dummy, I'm gonna call you a dummy. I think that's only right. If he stays disciplined, he can maybe beat Pitbull, Doc is German, Spanish. Right. Yeah, I'm German, Spanish, and Mexican. Yes, sir. And don't Italian too. Italian. And Ethiopian too. Italian, Ethiopian. Yep. Like, people just say random stuff, bro. And if you don't address it, but that's my fault though, because I don't need to address it. If you don't address it, then some people will confuse it and think that they're correct. And they'd be wrong as hell. It makes me wonder, like, how these people did in school. These people that are so opinionated, they're the type of people that would take a test and say that the teacher is wrong. But they're wrong as hell. Not saying that sometimes the teacher is wrong. You know, sometimes the book is wrong. But a lot of times it's right and you're just wrong. You don't understand something. Like, I'll go back to that example where that girl, let me show you this. Let me see if I can find it. Where that girl, that girl was like, she was like, oh, multiplication doesn't mean anything because why are we learning multiplication? Because 2 + 2 = 4. So 2 × 2 = 4. So she's like, why do we need multiplication? And people will laugh and do anything for likes and stuff like that, but that's not funny. It's kind of sad because it's like 4 + 4 = 8, but 4 × 4 is not 8. 4 × 4 is 16. 3 × 3 is 9. 3 + 3 is 6. So 3 × 3 is 6 because 3 + 3 is 6. So just like 2 + 2 or 2 times, that's just an exception to. That's not even an exception. That's just a specific special case where 2 + 2 and 2 × 2, the same digits equal the same thing. But it's not, there's nothing to be confused about. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that multiplication doesn't work. It doesn't mean that multiplication isn't right. But they make a whole video and got millions of views. And some people saying, yeah, man, I don't understand multiplication. Why do we need it? And people agreeing with her. It's like, bro, that joke is sad, bro. And you think it's funny or whatever. But, you know, with our technology, you would think that people are getting smarter. No, people are getting dumber. There's actually studies on it. We're not getting smarter. You know, it's kind of like I can't remember what the chart is called. Maybe Dub may know, or Oscar or Smoochie. There's like a chart of that relates happiness. It correlates happiness with wealth, right? With money. And it's like there's a certain point where you're making a lot of money to where it's enough money and your happiness and your money peak. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make more money than this point, but you don't necessarily get happier. Your happiness peaks, and at some point that the more money you have, it's just negatively affecting you, and you add more stress. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that sounds like a good problem to have, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, you know, it's like, I can't remember what it is, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it's like 300,000 per year. You know what I'm saying? After 300,000 per year, your stress just goes up with your money, but not your happiness. Your happiness kind of peaks. So that's where we are with technology. It's like our intelligence is going up because we're getting smarter. We know how to do things like math and stuff like that. We have encyclopedias and stuff like that. But we no longer have encyclopedias. We can just Google something, and we know when we Google something, we could Google the wrong shit too and think it's right. You know what I'm saying? So the technology is going up, and some people are getting smarter, but the majority, the intelligence is tapering off because we're becoming more lazy. Not only are we not seeking knowledge, but we're seeking not the truth or facts. We're seeking things that corroborate with the already preconceived notion that we have in our head. So whatever conclusion we have in our head, we're just looking for information to reinforce that. We're not necessarily looking for the truth or for facts. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, we're not even looking at all. You know what I'm saying? The information is out there to be grasped and obtained, but we're forgetting how to accurately obtain it and look for it and search for the information. Like, bro, I could pull up so much stuff. Let's just stick with boxing. I could pull up so much stuff that is wrong, but you'll think it's right just because somebody with a lot of followers or a lot of subscribers said it. And they said it loudly, and they said it passionately, and they said it emotionally. So you think it's right. No, they're just wrong. All you gotta do is just know how to properly acquire information, and you can easily see. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why conspiracy theories are so run so rampant because anybody can make a conspiracy. It's easy to conspire. Anything that I don't understand, I can just say, oh, it's a conspiracy, and that's a good enough solution. That's a good enough answer. People will be cool with that. Oh yeah, it's a conspiracy, you know. There's not too many real conspiracies, man. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few of them. Don't get me wrong. You know, UFOs might be a conspiracy. You know, but if you look, but the Loch Ness monster, that could be a conspiracy too. But then if you really look at the picture, a lot of times there's a logical explanation for it. I'm not saying that logic trumps everything, but there's a lot of things that are like even with that one dog, was it the chupacabra? There's sometimes dogs look mangy, man, especially if they don't have anything to eat and they're starving in there. But anyway, I'm not saying what's right or right, what's wrong, but I'm just saying, like, people make conspiracies out of nothing. Like, I was just talking about the WBA not being included in boxing rec. Everybody's like, oh, it's a conspiracy. People saying, oh yeah, why did they do it? Did they invalidate WBA's WBA losing their pool? Bro, there's an explanation for it, bro. Just look it up, bro, and talk to the right people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not privy to information because you're not in that circle. That doesn't mean because your goofy common ass doesn't understand it that it's some type of conspiracy, ghost, impossible story that doesn't make sense, that somebody can't make sense out of it. You're just an idiot, bro. It's not magic how cars run. Somebody knows how to put these gears together and put this transmission together and can break it down and tell you how this water pump interacts with the radiator and how it makes the car move. It's not magic. You know what I'm saying? But I'd much rather somebody think it's magic than try to say like something that they don't understand is a conspiracy. You sound like a fucking idiot. 117 losses at least shows up. Facts. All the special ed folks. That's crazy. Yo, Smoochie is I ain't gonna lie. I see what you did there, Smoochie. I see what you did there. Yes, all those special ed folks and the rest of those people that we like to say,
you dumbass.
Too. Yeah, you're just a dumbass. That's all. Yeah, facts. We gonna call them special ed. I like that. All the special ed folks are in general population with us after school. People forget that. Yes. I see what you did. Oh, are you really talking about special ed folks, or you're talking about like special ed, like AKA Edwin? I wasn't sure, or maybe you meant both. I thought you were being messy. I was like, that's funny as hell. I like that. Special. That's what we gonna call them, special ed folks. Loba retaining the IBF title is witchcraft. Yeah. Yep. Or like Errol Spence. People saying that Errol Spence being at the number one ranked in WBC is some type of anomaly. Let me show you this. I showed y'all this last time. I'm not saying it's right now. I don't think it's right, but boxing does that where fighters that have a major backing get more opportunities and more privileges than other fighters, especially when you have a history of being on top of the sport. I'm sorry, if anybody gets to leapfrog anybody, if anybody deserves to leapfrog somebody, it's Errol Spence. Now, of course, from the way boxing goes and the typical procedure, to be fair, it's messed up. Yeah, I agree with that. It's messed up. But like, so let me show you this right here, right? People are so mad because, oh, WBC has Errol Spence at number one. Last time he fought was a year ago and he lost. Errol Spence was on the pound for pound list. Serhii Boachuk was over there. Was Idris Majimov over there? Was Xander Zayas, Charles Conwell, Jesus Ramos ever on the pound for pound list? I think the answer is no, and hell no. So not saying it's right, but then when you go look and you calm down and you relax, for the people saying, oh yeah, I never heard of this before. You never heard of it before? Let's go down to 115. 118, right? Juan Francisco Estrada, he's ranked number one in the WBC to fight Junto Nakatani. Last time I checked, Juan Francisco Estrada not only lost his last fight, but he got stopped in his last fight by this guy right here, Jesse Bear Rodriguez, at a ranked division below. Oh, you see, right? Oh, he's number one in a ranked division above. And his last fight, he got knocked out. Stopped. Oh, you want another example? Look at Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. He's number one in WBC. When's the last time we see Chocolatito fight? So it's like, yeah, you can. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Oh, he's number one over here too in the WBA. Oh, I'm sorry. He's number one over here in the WBO as well. So it's not just the WBC that does. So you'll say, oh, yeah, it's all WBC. Well, it looks like the WBO does it as well. It looks like the WBA does it as well. Oh, let me show you another example. Hold on. Let's go to Conor Benn. Conor Benn just came off a suspension, right? 147. Gosh dang, Conor Benn is number 2. How'd he get there? WBA. He's number 4 at the IBF. How'd he get there? He's number 2 for the WBC. How'd he get there? He's number 7 in the WBA. How'd he get there? Jin Sasaki has fought 8 times in the time span in which Conor Benn has fought twice. Jin Sasaki has had 5 successful defenses of his Asian welterweight belt. Sorry, he has 4 successful defenses. He's going for his 5th one on the undercard of Sam Goodman and Juto Nagata. I mean, and now anyway, but I think he got postponed with it. Then yeah, he's supposed to be on the undercard of that. But anyway, he has fought 9 times in the time span when Conor Benn has fought twice, but Conor Benn is ranked above him. Suleiman Sissoko has fought twice since 2022 or 2021. I can't remember. Anyway, Jin Sasaki right here has fought more times in the same time span than all 3 of these guys put together, and they're ranked above him. That happens, bro, because Conor Benn has a backing. He has Matchroom. Suleiman Sissoko, he's French. I don't know what they got going on over there. And Kyle Velasquez, you know, he's been in the ring with some hitters like what's the dude's name? Virgil Ortiz and Bud, right? So yeah, but I want to show you another thing. I want to show you another example. Hold on. What's it called? Let me see. Seconds out. I want to show you this. So sometimes you got to do your own research. I want to. This doesn't really mean much, but let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it. Shout out to Seconds. They're a good one. Look at this article right here. This article says the only fighter who has faced both Terrence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz delivers bold prediction. Right. So those who watch boxing like Oscar and Tech Dumb Dad and Ryan, shout out to my guy Ryan, you already know from the title that this isn't fully accurate, right? Because I could think of 2 fighters off the top of my head that fought Virgil Ortiz and Terrence Bud Crawford. So there's not the only fighter. There's not only one, right? So let's look who they're talking about. They're talking about speaking with Kyle Velasquez, right? That's the guy I just talked about, Kyle Velasquez. The one man that has fought both Crawford and Ortiz is Mean Machine Kyle Velasquez. That's not true. So let's look at Terrence Crawford, right? Terrence Crawford also fought a guy named Thomas Delorme. Let's look. Terrence Crawford right here. He also, back in the day, he fought a guy named Thomas Delorme right here. Thomas Delorme. Let's click on Thomas Delorme. Oh, Thomas Delorme fought Virgil Ortiz. Oh, Thomas Delorme also fought Terrence Crawford. Thomas Delorme's name is not Kyle Velasquez. So that means that there's not only one guy. There's at least 2 guys. But you wouldn't know that if you just read this and you didn't really watch boxing. And you know, it's funny, like I have publications and journal publications and scientific journals. You cannot put anything that's incorrect, bro. Like you have to go back and redo the whole thing. Anytime you have to pass there's certain processes and procedures that you have to pass and fact checks that you have to pass. And you will get your work invalidated, your whole that you've been spending years on, whether it's for your PhD dissertation or your master's thesis, and they will discredit you. You know what I'm saying? So when I approach the boxing and people say, "Oh, you know, you always fact check everything," you making a point to, you know, you think you know everything. No, I don't think I know everything. You know, but I just do my due diligence because I don't know everything, and I want to. My goal is to give forth the accurate news with integrity to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you that what I was just talking about before. You think people are getting smarter because we have more in technology at our fingertips. No, people are more lazy. You know what I'm saying? They're more lazy, bro. And everything. You know, I'm more lazy too when it comes to getting my food, right? You know, how many times I'm on stream and I'll be like, let me get some DoorDash. You know what I'm talking about? Let me get instead of cooking. You know what I'm saying? So that's and there's things out there, like a lot of technology takes advantage of convenience, our need or our desire for convenience. You know what I'm saying? But convenience is sometimes making us dumber or weaker or you know what I'm saying, or less active, you know? So yeah, it's all about convenience more so than it's about know-how and intelligence. Shout out to my guy Ryan Frazier. Yes, sir, man. Big North in the building. Big North. Chocolatito ain't fought since the pandemic. You feel me? Last time I seen Chocolatito was you feel me? Shout out to Chocolatito though, you know. But I will say this though, I do appreciate the fact that, you know, they're talking about Bear Rodriguez fighting Chocolatito Gonzalez, and I didn't like that. I don't like that fight, but I appreciate it because now they're saying that he's gonna fight Maloney I want to say Jason Maloney. Don't quote me. Either Andrew or Jason. But see, if I don't know something, I don't just say one and just guess and tell you definitively that's what it is. I openly tell you I'm not sure. You know, that's the difference between me and these other channels. Like, I will tell you I don't know. If I don't know something, I don't know something. You know, there's no shame in that. You know, and not for me, because that's a sign of wisdom when you know what you know, but you also recognize what you don't know. You know, but yeah, I think it's Jason, but okay, it could be Andrew. But I'm cool with Chocolatito fighting Bam Rodriguez if he goes through a proven ground, you know, because he needs to. You know, we don't know where he's at right now. Bam Rodriguez could slaughter him. So, but now if he fights a guy like Maloney and then goes against Bam, I would object a lot less to it, because now it's like, okay, bet, you know, you kind of proved that you're a realistic threat, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to they just feeding him another fighter that's over the hill, you know. So yeah. But yeah, so I just think it's just funny that our information gathering is definitely dwindled. Our information gathering skills as a whole has definitely felt the consequences of information being more readily available, because misinformation is also even more readily available, you know, like. And we see it too. And to be fair, we see it in not just boxing. It's not just limited to sports. That would be good if it was just limited to sports, because sports don't mean nothing. It's just a whimsical, you know, it's something that doesn't really mean nothing, you know. But something like, even like politics, right? There's a lot of misinformation with that too. That's why it's hard. You gotta really try your best to try to attempt to be hip to something, you know, especially politically. And that's where the stuff, the correct information really matters and stuff like that. When people are generating and executing policies and stuff like that, you know, that's when it's hard. So, you know, it's difficult, but it can be done. It can be done, man. I wasn't talking about here, but if the shoe fits, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Smoochie, that was a good one. If you, I believe that you weren't, but that's where my mind went. My bad. I thought you were like making like a double. What's that joke called? Was it double meaning? You know what I'm talking about? I thought you were doing that. I was like, man, that was a good one. But yeah, I was like, man, either way, that was still a good one though. Smoochie, shout out to Smoochie, man. Smoochie funny as hell, dog. But yeah, also too, I think that's all I want to talk about. Let's talk about this Tyson Fury, man. So Tyson Fury has been saying in regards to the Alexander Usyk fight, right, which is coming up Saturday, which is crazy to be like. Number one, that's crazy. Number two, that card. This is how you know we're spoiled. Because, let me look this up real quick. Because let me see if I can show you the interview. It's a long interview, man. I don't remember what part it's at. He said double entendre. Yeah, there you go. Yep, I think they appreciate it. Yep, that's what I was thinking of. Yep. I think that's how I spell. Yeah. I think that's how I'd spell it. But yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for earlier. But yeah, I think that I'm trying to find this interview. It's kind of like 16 minutes. It's like 10 minutes. Okay, I can't find the part right now. So Tyson Fury was talking about his fight with Alexander Usyk, and he was like, the first fight they're asking him, he said, yeah, man, you know, he said, I don't know why people make excuses, but you know, I showed up for the fight, whether I was prepared or not, and I got paid, so that's it. We move on, you know. And I like that mindset, but I'm not sure how much I buy it. But he was saying that he didn't get to spar much, and that's true, because it's well documented that he was cut, right? He cut, so obviously, naturally, that would limit his sparring ability. So now he's saying, I don't have a cut this time. I'm sparring the heck out of the fighters in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing, and I'm ready for this fight and prepared. And he's saying, hey, man, this fight's going to be different. And I do think that's something that he would benefit from. And if he didn't get in an adequate amount of sparring before in the first one, then yeah, that would be to his detriment, right? But I don't know if it's enough to win. But I do, like I say, I do like his chances to beat Alexander Usyk. But Usyk is a beast, man. It's so hard. Like, number one, I will say this: I'm spoiled because this card sucks. This card is not good. But that's how you know I was spoiled, because before this year, I'd have been cool with this card because, you know, Israel Majumov versus Ishmael Davies. Sorry. Israel Majumov versus Serhii Boachuk was canceled. And now we have Serhii Boachuk versus Ishmael Davis. Ishmael Davis, which is a good fight. But Ishmael Davis is the second fight in a row that he's taken on short notice. He just fought Josh Kelly on 6 days notice, and now he's fighting Serhii Boachuk in 2 weeks notice. So shout out to Ishmael Davis. He's definitely a warrior. Shout out to him. But I think that Ishmael Black Panther Davis is at a significant disadvantage, you know. And it's a mix-up, too, for Serhii Boachuk as well, because he's fighting his opponent was changed, but at the same time, he knew that he was fighting still. So I think he has a leg up. But other than that fight, you know, the fight that was kind of interesting was Peter McGrail versus Dennis McCann. But Dennis McCann just failed a PED test. He tested positive. So that fight was canceled, or he was removed, and now he has a replacement for Peter McGrail. Peter McGrail's still fighting, but I had limited interest in that fight anyway. But now he has a replacement who I don't know, so I'm less interested in that. And then Moses Atama's fighting Dempsey McKean. I think that's going to be interesting because it's always good to see the young prospect and Moses Atama, who's only 19. He has been coined and dubbed as a future of the heavyweight boxing according to Tyson Fury. So that should be interesting to see it, but I don't know how good that fight's going to be. And then the Romford Bull, right, Johnny Fisher, who's another upcoming heavyweight from the UK. He's fighting. I don't remember who he's fighting. Is it Dave Allen? I think. That's okay if I have limited interest in that. But the main course is the great rematch, which should be for undisputed, you know, fight between Usyk and Fury. So in other times, I'd have been cool with this, but because Big Turk and even, you know, others, PBC has been putting on great fights, that stat cards, you know, now it's like, man, one good fight on a card is insufficient, right? That won't suffice, you know, at least for our boxing fandom and our interest. But it's not a bad card. It's a traditional card, you know, I would say it like that. Usyk versus Fury 2 is not a bad card. It's a traditional card, and by traditional I mean where it's very top heavy, where the main event is a great fight, and that will supplement for all the other lackluster fights beneath, you know. So I will say that, but that's how you know we're spoiled, man. So shout out to Big Turk, because like I said, even with Canelo, when Canelo fought Edgar Berlanga, we saw Danny Garcia versus Erislandy Lara versus Danny Swift Garcia on that card. We saw Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumbee on that card. We saw Raleigh Romero versus Manuel Jaimes on that card. Which I'm not saying Manuel Jaimes or Trevor McCumbee are great opponents, but Caleb Plant, Sweet Hands Plant, he's one of my favorite fighters. That's a lot of star power. Raleigh Romero, like him or love him or hate him, he's very charismatic. That's a lot of star power. Danny Swift Garcia, he was coming off sabbatical. We haven't seen him in a long time, but he has star power, not to mention with Erislandy Lara, who's a champion. And then there was another fight on that card as well. I don't remember it right now. Somebody help me out. Or was it just those three? No, Stephen Fulton and Carlos Castro. You know, Stephen Fulton making his return from the Naoya Inoue destruction that he suffered in Japan. You know, he bounced back and fought. So that's another star power. So that card was good. And look at the PBC card with David Benavidez and David Morrell. That has Angel Fierro on it. Jesus versus Pitbull Cruz. Jesus Ramos versus Jason Rosario, a.k.a. Banana. Pause. Hey, yo.
No, did he?
And then somebody else, too. I'm missing somebody. Pitbull, Angel Fierro, Jesus Ramos, Jason Rosario. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Brandon Figueroa and Stephen Fulton again. You know, that's a good card. You know, so not to mention the Matchroom versus Queensberry 5v5 and stuff like that. So, you know, there's some cards that are looking very good, you know, and you know, this is not a bad card, but relative to what we've been accustomed to this past year, it's a lackluster card. Fury came in his lowest weight the first fight. Yep, it's a very UK focused card, but not mad but not happy. Yeah, not mad but not happy. That's a good point. Yep. I think that us being disappointed with this card, though, in my personal opinion, I think that's indicative of how good it has been, you know, for boxing fans lately. So all these complaints makes me like just a little bamboozled on why people are complaining so much, man. Like, the reason why we think this is a bad card is because how good these cards from Big Turk and others have been. Hell, even the Tank versus Frank Martin. Didn't we get David Benavidez and Alexander Vosdick on that card? And we got Tank versus Frank. We got David Benavidez and Tank and Gervonta Davis on the same card. Come on, man. Like, that was good, bro. Chat, we are getting old, bro. Don't forget to smack that like button. Bro, I'm looking at a trailer for Karate Kid Legends. I'm looking at... Bro, I'm looking at Jackie Chan. Bro, Jackie Chan is the age of Mr. Miyagi now. Chat, we are getting old, man. That's a beautiful thing, though. That's a blessing. Bro, Jackie Chan is literally looking like the age of Mr. Miyagi. Wow. Man, I remember Jackie Chan, the freaking Super Cop and Rush Hour. I mean, this card is the best card in history. February 22nd. That card's going to be crazy. I do want to see Jason Rosario fight. I always look forward to seeing his fights. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I agree, Smoochie. Remember we just saw him fight? Who did we just see him fight last? Was it Jarrett Hurd? Am I mistaken, or is that? I think so, because somebody... I think that he just fought Jarrett Hurd, right, on Pro Box, too. Did that fight end in a draw? I think that fight ended in a draw, right? Jarrett Hurd versus Jason Rosario. I am closing in on 50 at light speed. Hey, I'm telling you, Tech. It seems like time is just going so fast, bro. Like I said, like even in just boxing terms this year, how fast, bro? It's been a year since I had my channel, bro. I just had the year anniversary a couple days ago. That's crazy, bro. It seems like I just started my channel, and that's a blessing, man. Shout out to everybody. Thank God, number one, of course, and first and foremost, and last, thank God, and between. But thank y'all for real as well. Yes, and I was being thirsty in the comments. You would be thirsty in the comments. Oh, thirsty ass. My son is almost 30, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, Jarrett Hurd won? It was an L for Rosario? Okay. Yo, just doing the builder. What's good, brethren? My guy, what's good, bro? But yeah, man, I think that it's crazy. Like, time is just going by fast, bro. I'm talking about moving. So just keep chasing your dreams, and and don't feel like, I was praying the other day, and I was just reading some scriptures and some other stories and stuff like that, and it's like sometimes we feel like we're going through a rough spot, or we're at a point where we feel like we're behind or we're wasting time, or like because your goal is taking longer than you anticipated, or whatever you're going for. Don't feel like time is wasted, man. God restores everything, man. That goes from, you never know what your plan is, just because everybody else is doing this, or we think that you should be in this position at your job at this time, or in this, or have this many kids by this age, or be married by this age, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, or have this position or job, or be at this benchmark at this age or at this time frame. Don't worry about that stuff, because especially if you read the Bible and stuff like that. Like, man, what was there? Somebody correct me, my biblical warriors out there, my Bible warriors. Wasn't David king turned into a king, right? He was a shepherd boy first, and then this is the part I want y'all to check me on. I think it was like 11 years he was running from. Was it like 11 years or 12 years he was running from Saul? Saul was chasing this man from wilderness, from pillar to post. He was chasing him from pillar to post. Had that man hiding in caves and wood sheds and some more things. You know what I'm saying? And then he turned and had the most magnificent kingdom in all and all of history. You know what I'm saying? King David. So, we may think that we're behind, or we're not where we're supposed to be, or or we're wasting time. And God restores time, and you never know. You never know how long your life may be. You never know what's going to happen, Lenny Kravitz said it ain't over till it's over. Talk to him. Just a couple months ago, I was in the hospital with my wife and my newborn. Right, exactly. Yo, good morning. Won't be famous, my guy. What's good? We got Just Doing the building. We got Won't Be Famous in the building. Won't Be Famous said, want to know who makes me feel old already? Actually, Barron Trump. You remember the start of 2016 that Barron was a little squirt. Now he's at NYU and like 6'10". Bro, that's true. That's true, man. Fuck him. But yeah, true. That's true. Now he old enough where I don't feel bad. People can't tell me I'm saying F a kid. Let me stop. I'm just playing. Let me chill for Dub coming snatch me up. Yeah. He old enough where I can say fuck him and not feel remorseful about it. He ain't a kid no more. Let me try. Well, yeah, you're right though. Won't be famous. Oh man. Yeah, man. So I'm about to go get me some food, chat. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. What y'all eating out there, man? I know Smoochie always got something. Shout out to Smoochie, man. Smoochie always got something to eat. Ain't never, don't never get your boy nothing. That's crazy. I don't know what to eat, chat. I'm probably gonna eat some. I got some cereal out there. I'll probably eat some cereal. I kind of want some cakes. Some pancakes? That sounds good though, right? Cakes sound good, ain't it? I don't know. Huh. Actually sounds real good. But yeah, chat, I'm about to go ahead and get me some breakfast. I appreciate y'all rocking with me as always, man. Y'all remember to be easy, take care of yourselves. I'll be on for the late show. You know, the late show comes on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hey, Smoochie, this is a message to Smoochie. Chat, we go live Monday through Friday, twice a day, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the morning show, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the late show. Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we do not do a morning show. Smoochie tried to make me feel bad. Talking about that's what you get for skipping the morning show. There ain't no morning show on a Sunday. There ain't no set time. I still get on usually. Sometimes I get on Sunday, sometimes I don't. You know, but if there's a fight, I get on for sure. You know, Saturdays where we do the live boxing commentary, whether it's a late fight or fight in Saudi Arabia or whatever. But Saturday and Sunday, it's Monday through Friday, the morning and the late show. Smoochie out here selling, bruh. Out here snitching, lying and snitching on me. That's crazy. Out here snitching.
All right, I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
He said, hot dogs with Jamaican water. Jamaica as in the flour. Okay. I just had a protein shake so far. Okay, I'll probably get a steak, egg, and cheese. From McDonald's. McDonald's got steak, egg, and cheese? What McDonald's you? That's how you know I ain't been to McDonald's in a long time. McDonald's got steak? I'll probably get a steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's with the Big Mac sauce, the Mac sauce. If it makes it to the breakfast, yeah, facts. If I even make it to breakfast in time, he supposed to be on every day, every day. Everybody love me. Everybody, that's a fact. Should be on every day. You ain't lying. Let me find McDonald's got. I wouldn't even know if I eat steak from there. You brave. Steak from McDonald's. Wow. I might give me some Panera bread. All of them get hip. Yeah, I gotta get hip. I don't know why, but to me, a protein shake plus McDonald's steak, egg, and cheese sounds like Smoochie about to have some lunch. Hey, yo, Smoochie about to be out there. You don't want that steak, bro. Facts. Facts. I don't know if I want that steak. That's all Smoochie right there. Smoochie out there. About to have that legendary gas. Tooted and booted. Nasty. Protein shake and that. Yo, yo, won't be famous. You ain't lying. Funky ass Smoochie. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and call her. I'll book and say, I don't want that steak, bro. You ain't lying. But yeah, y'all be easy, man. I'll be back on for the late show, good Lord willing. And please let me know in the Discord, man, if there's anything that y'all want to discuss in the late show or in the show's period, morning, especially the morning show, chat. Because sometimes, like this morning, I was struggling trying to come up with some topics, man. You know, because like I said, I refuse to be one of those channels that I'm talking about the same boxer all day, every day. Like there's only one boxer to discuss. Like, I don't want to be like that. I refuse to be like that. And I think it's, for me, I'm not judging anybody, but for me, it's whack. It's nothing I want to do. So please, man, I'm always looking for topics that are interesting. But don't get offended if I don't pick your topic to talk about, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, people come in the channel on the live stream and we just chat about stuff that they say randomly, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Tran, you know, EK Tran just say the bread, so I will address it, you know, because I do watch a lot of boxes. So if I don't know something, I'll be like, yeah, I'm not familiar with that. But if I know something, we'll talk about it. But I'll even cater some shows. I have a recommendation tab in the Discord to let me know what y'all want to discuss. But yeah, don't forget to smack that like button, man. And I'll be back on later for the late show. Shout out to Tech Dumb Dad for the re-up on the subscription, man. I really appreciate that. Big General. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate all the members, especially. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up on me, man. Y'all be easy to take care of yourselves. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, even more important than that, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. So we say, enjoy your day, Diane. And you too, Smoochie. Enjoy your protein shake and your steak and your gas.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.